Welcome back, folks. This is part 2 of our dumbbell only workouts, workout B. The reason we put these workouts together is because a lot of you, we know, travel, you're on business trips, you're on holidays, and you like to train, but you may not necessarily have enough equipment to get adequate sessions out. This is part of a 6-video series where we have barbell workouts, A and B, for both muscle building and fat loss, depending on how you choose to diet with them. We have dumbbell only workouts, A and B, of which this is B, and we have cable workouts, which will have A and B coming up very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. A lowdown on how to use the workouts. There are an A and B setup, which means you're going to want to train on alternating days, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and do A, B, A, B. With regards to the amount of volume per session, I would suggest for most of you 2 to 4 sets per exercise, and you're doing them in A1, A2 or B1, B2 style pairings. This means that you do both exercises in that pairing before resting and repeating for the number of sets. Once you've completed the sets, you then move on. As I say, this one is workout B. We're going to go with dumbbells only. It's focusing on posterior chain, but it is a full body session. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Exercise A1, we are going to work primarily the glutes and the hamstrings here. It's a dumbbell Romanian deadlift. So what Leanne is going to do, with her feet just underneath her shoulders and hips, about hip width apart, she's going to take the dumbbells. She starts always, with a Romanian deadlift, always start by standing up. Don't try to start from the floor. With the shoulder blades back, abs nice and tight, she's going to soften the knees ever so slightly, and then flex at the hips, allowing the dumbbells to lower down towards the floor. As you can see, she's getting a big stretch in the hamstrings, big stretch in the glutes. She then flexes back and brings that back up. You can see that her back is nice and straight at all times. Just going to draw your shoulders back a little bit, Leanne, when you're going down, to keep that posture, and she'll feel this nice big stretch down the hamstrings, down the glutes there, before coming back up. Just give us 2 more. Notice how she's not losing form on the back. She's pulling very, very strongly with her glutes. A very, very nice lever. This is great for overall strength, shape, and mobility in the hips, so don't neglect it. This is our exercise A1, the Romanian deadlift. Exercise A2, we are moving to the upper body. We're going to go posterior chain to start with. She's going to do a single arm dumbbell row. Now this is very similar to the bent over row we did in the initial session, workout A, but because we are doing single arm, it's going to create some kind of transverse tension to stop the body from rotating. So metabolically, it's a very, very useful exercise. What she's going to do is take a nice big stride stance, flexing down at the hip, so she's got a good angle from the hip into the dumbbell, keeping her body supported. She's then going to retract the shoulder blade and pull that dumbbell up towards her hips, squeezing the lat very, very hard. Now, because your body is trying to stop you from rotating, your glutes are working hard here, your back is working hard, your lats, your obliques, your abs. It's a really, really, really good exercise, but one that needs to be executed with a bit of care. Again, if you've got a bad back, it's possible that it will help you if you use something like a bench, rest your knee on. But if you can, I would suggest doing it like this if you've got body fat to lose, because it's extremely metabolic. So this is exercise A2, our single arm dumbbell row. Exercise B1, we are back down to the lower body. We're again working posterior chain, hamstrings and glutes. So what we are going to do is a dumbbell reverse lunge. You'll see some similarities now for the barbell workouts if you check them out. So what Leanne is going to do, with great posture, shoulders back, chest up, abs in nice and tight, she's going to take a big stride backwards, dropping down into it, which stretches the glutes and the hamstrings. She's going to make sure she keeps her foot flat on the floor at all times, so she's not rocking onto the toe. When she drives back up off of that front leg, she's squeezing the glute as hard as she can, pushing the heel down into the floor as hard as possible. Keeping the shoulders back just a little bit, Leanne, get that posture. Perfect, just go 1 more on each side. You get enough of these done, and obviously any of these movements, it's each side. So if it says 10 to 12 reps, it means do 10 to 12 reps on each side. Don't cheat yourself by only doing 6 on each side to total 12. Remember that. So that is exercise B1, our dumbbell reverse lunge. So now we're going to exercise B2, which is a variation on the traditional push-up, one of the best exercises you can ever do with your body weight. What Leanne is going to do is go into a standard push-up position. As always, body in a nice straight line, quads tight, abs tight. She's going to lower herself down to the floor until basically her nipples touch the floor, squeeze up, and then she's going to kick her hips back, get a big stretch in the hamstrings, stretching the lats, working the shoulders, goes back down. It's an amazing exercise. It's one that some of you may have to work towards, but it's incredibly effective for keeping strength, stability, and mobility in the shoulders. Good, Leanne, just go for 2 more. You can see Leanne's got quite good mobility. Some restrictions here, maybe in your hamstrings or in your lats, but it's one that's well worth working on, especially if you're traveling a lot you're spending a lot of time in hotels. Awesome, thank you. So that is B2, our push-up variation. So now we're to exercise C1, which we are working our triceps, the back of the arm. We're gonna do a close grip dumbbell bench press on the floor. So what Leanne is gonna do is keep the dumbbells almost directly above her elbows, keeping her arms close and driving them straight up towards the sky. As you can see there, she's gonna slowly lower it down until her elbows touch the floor, and what she's trying to do is make sure her elbows brush past her ribs as they come down. She drives up, she flexes the triceps nice and hard, steadily back down, flexes the triceps nice and hard, slowly back down, just go for 2 reps. Now this will feel a little bit unstable to some of you, but it is a great exercise, so don't be afraid to go a little bit heavy if you are able to manage it. Good, relax there. So that is our exercise C1, a triceps dumbbell press. So exercise C2, we're back to biceps. On the last workout, we did a supinated curl where the bicep is already in a shortened position because we've turned the palm to face up. What Leanne is gonna do now throughout the entire movement is keep her palm in a semi-supinated position, which as you see, lengthens the bicep ever so slightly. It's also gonna help build strength through the forearm and reduce your chances of things like tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. It helps to balance out any strength or structural imbalances throughout the forearm and wrist. So what she's gonna do in good posture, stable base of support, feet just under the hips, shoulders back, chest up and tummy in. As always, she's gonna curl each dumbbell up, alternating, keeping the palm facing in at all times. Perfect. Again, Leanne's very, very strong. So these are heavy dumbbells. One of the things you need to look out for while you're curling is that you don't start trying to swing through the dumbbell, okay? And you're not shifting your body backwards and forwards. A good alternative to this, if you are in a gym and you have a bench, is doing the same thing, but lying on an inclined bench. Something lying back there so you get a better stretch. That would be optimal. We don't have a bench up here at the moment, but you can try that as a variation if you find this a little bit too easy. Okay, relax, Leanne. So that is our exercise C2, our dumbbell hammer curl. Exercise D1, we are moving to the deltoids. Again, something that can be trained every single session. Today we're gonna do a front raise to lat raise combo. Now this can be a little bit complicated for some of you who may not have the coordination of a ballerina, but if that is the case, you can split them into 2 separate parts. What Leanne is gonna do, again, as always, stable base of support, abs nice and tight, chest up, shoulders back. She's gonna start by raising the dumbbells forwards. She then takes them out to her sides, slowly back down, and then back out, forwards, and down. So this is going to be a real big burn. Each one of these counts as 1 rep, okay? So it's gonna be very, very difficult. By the end of this set, you'll have essentially done 10 lat raises and 10 front raises. It's gonna burn, but it's great for the deltoids. We'll get to give you 3 more just to keep you on it. Now, if you can't do this, if you find that the coordination is causing you some problems, 1 more, just take it to the front, and I'll get Leanne to show you what you can do as an alternative. If you can't get that coordinated movement, you can just do your front raises, straight up and down, nice and controlled still. And then once you finish your set of them, you move on to lat raises. It's a nice, easy way to do it if you can't get the coordination right. Just make sure you don't take any rest. So as our exercise D1, our front raise to lat raise combo. Okay, so we're on to our ab exercise. This is D2. Again, my favorite ab exercises are always floor-based because you can get the best activation on your rectus abdominis for that, the rectus abdominis being your 6-pack muscles. What Leanne is gonna do here is a basic reverse crunch, which people are gonna feel in what they would call their lower abs. The reality of it is that when you are training your abs, your entire abdominal complex is being trained. There's no upper or lower abs necessarily, but this is one you will potentially feel a little bit lower down. What she's gonna do, lying on the floor as she is, she's with her hands out as a little base of support. She's gonna push her lower back into the floor. This is very, very important on all ab exercises, is to push your lower back into the floor. Once she has done that, she's gonna lift her feet ever so slightly, but she keeps them close to her bum at all times during this movement. She's then gonna squeeze her abs, bringing her knees closer to her chest, slowly lowering it back down, and then feet come right out towards me, trying to keep her lower back pushed into the floor. Squeezing up, feet down, feet down. See, even the pros get it wrong sometimes. There you go. Stretching out, keeping that lower back in. Now, if you find that this starts to put tension on your back, if you're not quite strong enough there, you can shift your hands underneath the glutes like Leanne has done here. That's not a problem at all. And what that will do is help you to keep your pelvis in the correct position to stop your back from arching. Just go 2 more like that. Nice, and again, making sure you keep the feet down and you use a squeeze, not momentum, to carry your legs up. Relax there. So that is our final exercise, our reverse crunch. Now remember, with these exercises, with these workouts, you are going to use them 2 to 4 sets per exercise. Use the exercise pairings, complete all of the exercises in that pairing before moving on to the next pairing. Work out on an alternating day basis, doing workout A, then workout B, then workout A, then workout B. Between each exercise, I would suggest between 30 and 60 seconds rest, depending on your ability. If you're very, very good, you can take out the rest entirely and you'll get a really, really good circuit training style workout out of it. Of course, always train heavy, whether you're male or female. You want to train as heavy as you possibly can, but always keep your form bang on. Pay attention to the form, pay attention to feeling the muscle. If you can get these done, you will still get results, or certainly at the very least, if you're on holiday and you're having a few extra beers and things that maybe aren't in line with your diet, you will be able to keep the wolf from the door. If you are traveling a lot but you want workouts to do with limited equipment, or even at home, this will still work to get you in shape if you're training hard enough and you are dieting right. If you have any questions, please do put them in the comments box below. Thanks, Leanne.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.